Dear Black woman, you have been applauded for surviving, but never invited to slow down. You've held everyone together while falling apart in silence. And I want you to hear this clearly. You do not have to earn rest. You are not weak for being tired, and you are not broken because you need a break. This episode is your permission slip, not to quit, but to breathe. Grab your tea and let's get into it. Well, hey, family, welcome back to the Well Balanced Life with Dr. Dana. Today's episode is a much needed conversation from one sister to another. I want to start off with some scripture. Psalm 46:10 tells us to be still and know that I am God. It's a command, but it's also comfort in that scripture. Yet for many of us, stillness, rest feels foreign. We've been taught either explicitly or silently that our worth is tied to what we do, that strength is measured by how much we can endure, that to be Black and female is to carry, fix, solve, and never complain. Look within our own families, and for most of us, it is the mother or mother figure in our families that holds us all together. And for many of us, that family glue is us. We wear every hat, figure out every problem. We are there for everybody, all without ever taking a beat for ourselves. And heaven forbid we actually attempt to rest, then we feel guilty. Even American history paints us as the workhorse, the mammy, the field worker, the maid. We are to work under any condition for less pay and opportunity, and to do it all with appreciation for the opportunity, a smile, and with excellence. We have not been given permission to be tired, overwhelmed, sick, worn out, frustrated, angry, sad, ticked off. Honestly, we have not been given permission to just be, at least not by society's rules anyway. And because of this conditioning, a lot of us have not even taught our families how to treat us. But here's the truth. Strength without rest is a setup for suffering. I'm going to say it again. Strength without rest is a setup for suffering. And I want to get real for a moment. I remember leading a women's meeting, and a woman came and approached me with tears in her eyes. And I had known her for a while, and this was the first time I had seen her cry. She said, "I'm tired of being the strong one. No one ever checks on the strong one." And she began to share with me some things that she had been going through for quite some time. And if I'm honest, I had seen this woman week in and week out and did not know she was going through any of that. That hit me deep because I've been her, and maybe you have too. But I remember thinking my worth was tied to how much I produced, how much value I add to my family or to my team. What problem could I solve for my friends or associates? How happy could I make my mom or my husband or my children? It was so freaking exhausting. And truth be told, it cost me my peace and my mental health. I had given it all to my own detriment. And here's the kicker. Folks didn't stop asking just because I was worn out. And that's when I knew if I was going to get any type of reprieve, it was not going to happen because someone granted it to me. No, I was going to have to give myself permission to stop the madness. Now let's look at Isaiah 40:29-31. And it says, "He gives strength to the weary, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength." It says those who hope in the Lord, not those who keep grinding, not those who never stop, those who wait, those who rest, those who let God be God. And here's the thing, rest is not laziness. I don't know where we got that from, but rest is not laziness. It's holy, it's protective, and for us as Black women, it's revolutionary. Because heaven forbid we actually pause and we actually rest. Heaven forbid we do something to take care of ourselves. Heaven forbid we stop and get replenished and poured into. Heaven forbid we do things that bring us joy that have nothing to do with anybody else. I'm telling you right now, dear Black woman, rest is a revolution that we all need to be participating in. Okay, So, here are three things that you can do to start resting without guilt. Because remember, I said earlier, some of us do try to attempt to get some sort of reprieve and rest, and then what happens? We feel guilty. We start thinking about all of the people that need us and all of the stuff that needs to get done. So, here's number one: we need to name our exhaustion. We need to say the thing out loud. We need to call a spade and stop pretending like we are not exhausted. You do not have to wear this like a badge. Exhaustion is no longer on trend. It's perfectly okay to say, I'm tired. And after you say, I'm tired, it's okay to attach what you're tired of. I'm tired of being the only one to stay late at work. I'm tired of being the only one who cleans up the house. I'm tired of feeling like I have to have all the answers. I'm tired of not having adequate support. It was Zora Neale Hurston, she's one of my favorite writers, who said, if you are silent about your pain, they will kill you and say you enjoyed it. And for many of us, that's what's happening. And guess what? They does not have to be some evil oppressor or government entity. They can even be your family. And 9 times out of 10, that's who they is. People will kill you if you let them. Name your exhaustion so you can finally do something about it. Number 2, practice breath prayers. I'm a huge advocate for breathing as a form of therapy. And breath prayers, let me give you an example of what it is. When you inhale, you say, God, I receive. And when you exhale, you say, God, I release. And you name the thing. Inhale, God, I receive peace. Exhale, God, I release chaos. And you make your own list and continue with that. I do it for about 2 to 3 minutes or until I begin to feel my body and my spirit and my mind calm down. Breathing is a powerful tool to reset your mind and your spirit. Don't forget, we are mind, body, and spirit. And sometimes all of them need a reset, especially when you are running on fumes or you have been running on autopilot like most Black women do. This exercise does a good job at engaging all three, mind, body, and spirit at the same time. Do you know that when we are stressed, we tend to hold our breath? Have you ever found yourself doing that? You're anxious about something, you're working hard, you're deep in thought, and you stop for a minute and you're like, wait a minute, I'm holding my breath. Where do you think the title of the movie, Waiting to Exhale, came from? It's no coincidence that that movie features all Black women, because I think as a community, Black women have been going through life holding our breath. But when we are stressed, our breathing patterns become strained. Your organs, your brain, your blood, they're all getting less oxygen than when you are calm or at rest. Also, with this exercise, focusing on your breathing helps slow your mind down from focusing on things that are anxiety inducing. So it helps to clear your mind. And lastly, adding the prayer piece invites God into your moment. This is one of my favorite tools when I feel anxiety trying to creep into my day. And I also do this before bed to still my mind and ensure I get a good night's rest. So first, we are going to name our exhaustion. Then we are going to practice breath prayers. And then lastly, we are going to build boundaries. Listen, sis, just because you can handle it doesn't mean you should. Your capacity is not your calling. And that revelation right there freed me. As an overachiever, remember, I thought my value was tied to what I produced. I have always worked at or above capacity. And as a kid, the reward for overachieving is they put you in gifted and talented classes, right? And I wasn't smarter than any of those kids. I just pushed myself really hard. Then when I started corporate, they rewarded my overachievement with pats on the back and, of course, more work. And it was quite a while before that extra work translated into more pay. After all, we are still making about 70 cents on the dollar to our white male counterparts. So why pay me more when I was already willing to do it for free? It wasn't until I had a full emotional and mental breakdown after years of overworking, unprocessed trauma and grief, and physical neglect that I learned the hard way that no one should be working at full capacity all the time. Let me say that again. No one, yes, including you, dear Black woman, should be working at full capacity all the time. Your best does not have to be 100% capacity all the time. And truth be told, our 50% is better than most folks' 100% anyway. So today, my best might be 30%. Tomorrow, it might be 75%. Either way, I'm going to do what I can do well and let the rest be either for someone else to handle or for another day. Either way, it ain't on me. Building emotional and capacity boundaries, it may take those who are closest to you by surprise, and they may actually resist at first because, after all, you're the one who they lean on the most. But those who truly love you will appreciate the rested version of you and actually be proud of you for taking care of you. Girl, you are allowed to be human. You are allowed to be helped. Let this moment and that thought wash over you. I'm allowed to be held. I'm allowed to be human. I'm allowed to be helped. You have full permission to rest. Take the cape on. Take it off. You've been having it on. Take the cape off. Put on some loungewear and rest. We need you healthy. We need you whole. We need you happy. And those who truly love you will adjust to your new boundaries and your requirements for rest. And those who cannot get with the program are invited to try another channel far, far away from us. Go burn someone else out. Leave us alone. We are resting. We are reclaiming our time, our peace, our edges, our friendships, our hobbies, our laughter, our joy. We are reclaiming our rest as our God-given right. I pray this blessed you and gave you something to not only think about, but to put into action. And listen, no matter how your day has been or what your life has been like up to now, remember, the day goes on. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this if you got any value out of it. See you soon.